Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Quenisha. I'm a career coach, a wife, and a mom, and I help millennials get higher paying positions in their corporate jobs. And do. Okay. So, in today's video, I'm going to be discussing with you 5 easy ways you can prepare for your interview so that it will be a successful, smooth, calming, relaxing process. I don't know about all that, but so let's get into it. All right. The first thing I want you to do is get enough rest. Get enough rest. You do not want to show up to an interview tired, exhausted, and sleepy. Okay. I've told this story before, but for everyone who hasn't seen that video, my husband, who is a chef, an amazing chef, let me say, who doesn't cook for me every day, but that's another story. Anyway, he went into an interview, a chef interview, and he was tired. He had worked the night before, he worked overnight, and then the interview was scheduled that morning, the following morning. So he got off, went home, took a shower, changed clothes, and went straight to the interview. Tired. When I tell y'all tired, he was tired. So he shows up to the interview, and he's interviewing for a chef position, so naturally they wanted him to cook, right? They wanted him to prepare a meal. Now, he can cook with his eyes closed, so he was able to execute the dish. It looks fine, it tastes fine. Well, it looks great, it tastes great, and he was offered the job. Actually, he negotiated a higher salary, and I'll make a video on how to negotiate higher salaries. He got the higher salary, everything went well, but the experience. He was dozing off driving to the interview. Like, he was like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, while he's driving, oh. He was exhausted. He gets to the interview and he was frazzled. He couldn't think. His body he felt off. His focus was off. Luckily, he impressed the interviewers with his dish that he prepared, because he's like, darling, because he calls me darling when I'm on his good side. When I'm not, he calls me Quenisha. But he's like, darling, man, I was so tired, I couldn't think. It's like, he had blurry vision. He wasn't himself. And you don't want to be off in your interview. For one, the interviewer can sense it when you're off. And we don't know what they're going to credit your offness to. They could say, oh, she's tired, she's exhausted. Or they could say, oh, are you drunk? Are you high? Like, they don't know, because you're just off. They don't know what kind of off. They just pick up that you're off. And you don't want to be like that going into an interview. And to be frank, if I'm interviewing someone and they show up tired and exhausted, I'm not going to take them seriously, because I'm going to feel like they don't take the job seriously or my time seriously. Right? So we want to respect the interviewer's time, respect your time. We want to show up as our best selves. So we definitely need to sleep and get enough rest before we show up to the interview. Number 2, eat. Eat something. Do not show up to an interview starving. Don't show up to an interview hungry. You're in the waiting room waiting and you're eating up all the mints. Baby, they did not buy the mints for you. Eat. Now, don't eat in the car on the way to the interview, because it will be just your luck. You stop at Whataburger and you get a Whataburger with cheese, no onions, extra sauce, spicy ketchup for the fries, and a chocolate shake. And you go to take a sip of your shake and you waste some, or you take a bite of the fry and the ketchup plops on your shirt, or you eat the Whataburger and your breath smells like onions. You eat the onion ring and your breath smells like onions. What if they don't want somebody, the candidate that came in before you was hungry, they ate up all the mints. And so now you go in smelling like onions. There are no mints. And you got a big ketchup stain on your shirt. You look a mess, you smell a mess. Like, don't eat in the car. Eat at home. Okay? But eat before you get to the interview. You don't want to show up to the interview and your stomach is growling. Your stomach is like a monster coming out. Like, don't do that. That is so tacky. That is so, it's kind of gross. I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, but when I'm standing next to somebody and I hear their stomach go, I'm like, Don't do that. Eat at home before you get to your interview. You do not want to show up to the interview hungry, because it kind of has the same effect as when you're sleepy. You can't focus. The only thing you can focus on is, man, I'm finna use this McDonald's app and get me something to eat when I leave. Like, you're gonna low-key be rushing the interview because you're ready to go eat. Do not show up to the interview hungry. It's not a good look, okay? Now, the next thing you can do is to practice. Practice your interview with someone who is going to give you feedback. You don't want your yes friends, the friends that no matter what you do, you could be as wrong as two left shoes and they're like, yeah, girl, I'm with you. Yep. No, you don't want that friend. You want that friend that's going to say, I mean, it's cute, but you do look a little thick around the hips, so I don't know. That's the friend you want to interview with. Okay, practice the interview with that friend, because that is going to be the friend that tells you your answers don't make sense, you sound like you're telling a lie, you're fake, or you're not making proper eye contact, you're looking around the room. That's the friend that's going to be honest with you. Okay, practice your interview. Not only do you want honest feedback, but you want to be comfortable when you answer the questions. If you practice them, you will be comfortable when it comes time for you to actually do the interview. Everything is difficult and uncomfortable and uneasy when you first try it, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what to expect. You're nervous. You're all over the place. It's not going to flow right. But when you practice in life, when you're consistent and you keep showing up and you keep doing this and it's repetitive, it becomes like second nature. Okay, so you want to practice those interview questions with somebody you trust. The friend that's going to tell you that dress looking a little tight, sis. Not the friend that's like, oh no, you look fine. No, you ain't gained no weight, girl. Well, you know you can't fit nothing in your closet. Not that friend. That's not the one you want to practice with. Okay, practice with somebody who's going to be honest with you so that you can be more relaxed when it comes time for you to answer your questions, and so that you're not looking crazy to the interviewer. Okay? Now, the fourth thing I want you to do is relax. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. Relax. It's just the interview. You're either going to get it or you're not. Either way, you still gonna live to see another day. Relax. Understand that not only do you need the job, but they need you. They need you and all your expertise. They need you and all your skill and all your accomplishment. They need you just like you need them. Okay? So relax. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way road. It's a two-way street. They need something from you. You need something from them. You do not need to feel like there's a lot of pressure going on. Don't. And just like you apply for that job, if you don't get it, you can apply for another one. It's not the end of the world. Relax. Be confident. You have done your research on the company. You have read over the job description. Your resume is on point. You have practiced your questions with your girl you look big friend. You have gotten your rest. You ate your pancakes and your bacon and your eggs. You listening to your music in the car on the way to the interview like, yo, this gonna be me. I got this. Relax. You got it. You are a good candidate. And the reason I know you're a good candidate is because they called you. If you were a bad candidate, you wouldn't even have an interview. They wouldn't call you. You are a good candidate. You've got it. When you show up to the interview, relax. You don't want to be nervous. Get your confidence on point. Breathe. Answer your questions. Nail your tell me about yourself question. You got it. Okay? You got it. The last tip for this video, because I have lots of tips. This is going to be in upcoming videos. But for this tip is to read the job description. And I say this in all my videos, guys, because it's super important. Read the job description so you will know what to expect in these interviews. You will not be caught off guard. You will not be surprised. You will not be uncomfortable if you read the job description. Take in what it says. You will know what they're going to ask you. I promise you, you will know what the questions are going to be. You're going to practice. You're going to know how to answer them. You're going to nail each answer. Read the job description and then relax. That's how you ace an interview. Okay, that's all I have for you now in this video. I do have a link in the description box to my interview checklist that you can download. That way you will have everything together for your interview coming up, and you will relax, and you will get that job, and you will ace that interview, and you will come back to my comment section and go, Quenisha, girl, yes, boo, yes. I got that high paying job in my corporate position. Yes. And that's what I'm going to be looking for. So guys, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you'll know when I post something new. Until next time, I hope you get the job and good luck on your interview.